Hey guys, Papa Pete here, back for another review of an Atari 2600 classic on console Purist. And today's review, I'm wearing my Red Sox shirt, is the baseball classic Home Run. Stick around guys, we'll take a look at the game right after this.
Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. If you haven't grown up by the age of 50, you don't have to.
Okay, Atari, let's see your best pitch.
You're out, Rose! You can't keep me in here, Atari.
The Atari video computer system is 20 cartridges with 1,300 game variations you play on your own TV set. Don't just watch television tonight, play it.
Atari's Home Run was created by Bob Whitehead as a follow-up to the 9 launch titles on the 2600 and to introduce sports titles to the Atari VCS library. Up until this point, the best way to experience baseball in the arcade was to play the old hands-on bat and pitch models that were created as early as the 30s and made right up into the 80s. I remember playing these bat and pitch games back when I was a kid in the arcades down around Bangor, Maine, and nothing really matched the physical game, the crack of the bat when you hit that metal pinball, or the sound of the pinball when it slammed around the playfield or it cracked off the glass. Now, Atari Home Run wasn't the first baseball video game. The original Magnavox Odyssey actually had a baseball game, if you want to call it baseball. But also, the RCA Studio 2 had a baseball game. Now, Tornado Baseball was huge in the arcades back in 1976. Also, there was a very interesting looking baseball game for the Fairchild Channel F, which came out a year before Home Run on the Atari. And the name of the baseball game for the Fairchild Channel F was really clever. Video Card 12, Baseball. Still, Home Run on the Atari 2600, the Atari VCS, it really was the first home baseball game brought to the masses to use at home. Now, Bob Whitehead was one of the Activision original founding four, but he created several games for the Atari 2600 before leaving Atari itself. Besides Home Run, Whitehead also created Atari Football, as well as Starship, Blackjack, Casino, and what was probably the biggest challenge ever made on the Atari VCS, Video Chess. Home Run is not the most graphically advanced game you're ever going to see. Basically, the screen, the game field, is just a plain green screen with no real discernible features of the field, with the exception of the 4 bases, the blocky batter, runners, and defensive players, along with a square ball. Now, the 2 teams are represented on the green screen, the green field, by red players and blue players. The scoreboard at the top of the screen is really pretty simple. It only has very few stats. The first one is B. Can you guess what B stands for? That's right, ball. Then there's an S. Does anybody know what S stands for?
Strike.
Yeah, thanks for your enthusiasm, Connor. Yeah, it is. It's a strike. The next stat is an I. Can anybody guess what I stands for?
Inning.
Why, yes, it is inning. Right on. Thank you for your input. Now, the very last one, the very last stat shown on the screen that you have to keep track of is an O. Does anybody know what O stands for?
Out stands for out, Pete. Everyone knows that.
Well, you don't have to be mean. I'm just trying to get people involved in the review here. Now, even though the game statistically does represent the game of baseball and plays in the same fashion, I find that it more closely resembles a game that we used to play when we were kids, but we had a lot less than 9 players per team, a game called Scrub, where you had less defensive players than 9. Now, in Home Run, there are 4 different versions of the game, all changes in the defensive setup. Then there's both 1-player and 2-player versions of each of these, giving us 8 total games on the cartridge. Now there are no fly balls to the game. There's also no throws in the field. The only way that you can get out is either by strikeout or by having the defensive player catch the ball and then run and tag out the runner when he's not on a base. It really is rather simplistic. You can control the speed and direction of the pitch with the joystick, with any pitch that you throw that touches the plate being called a strike. You swing the bat with the joystick, not with the button. And it doesn't really seem to matter which direction you push the joystick in. It's the timing of when you do it. And then, as the ball is going out through the field, your runners will run automatically until they won't stop at a base until the ball's been caught and is in control of one of the defensive players. If the runner gets to the base before the defense picks it up, they'll automatically go towards the next base unless you hit the button before they get there. This is incredibly tricky to do, actually. And what happens is it's very easy to miss, and they'll pass a base, they'll try to stretch a single into a double or a double into a triple, and they'll get out by a mile because the defense will pick the ball up just after they touch the last base. Now, the only way to hit a home run is to hit the ball back up over the middle, over second base, and have it reach the edge of the screen, and it's an automatic home run. One thing I'd like to point out is there's a huge discrepancy in the challenge of the 1-player games in home run. First of all, defensively, with a little bit of practice, it's very easy to shut the computer right down. If you know exactly where to pitch the ball, you could control where they hit it, and you can make defense very easy. Shutting them out is really not a big challenge. Now, as far as hitting goes, in the 1, 2, and 3-player games, it's extremely challenging to get hits and get players around the bases and in for runs. Scoreless ties are not rare at all. 2-1 games or 2-0 games maybe, but very low scoring games anyway in the 1, 2, and 3-player game. Then you have the 3-player split person game where you have 3 defensive players split on the screen, and that's almost the exact opposite. It's kind of crazy how easy that game actually is to play, with 30 or 40 runs not being all that challenging to score. Okay guys, I'm going to play an inning or two of each of the 4 different versions just to show you the difference. I'm not going to play through a whole game, that would take quite a bit of time, but I'll try to get some highlights so I can show you some of the different things that happen during the game and highlight the gameplay. Alright, let's go. Okay, here we go. This is the 1-player defensive game. And, that's 2, 3, and that's the 3-player split. So we'll try it off. Then 5, 6, 7, 8, those games are the 2-player versions. So we'll start off with I'll show you a couple innings of the 1-player defensive game. I can't remember if I'm pitching or I think I'm pitching first. Yep, I'm pitching. Alright, so all I do is hit the button to throw the ball, and then as you can see, I can change the speed, slow the speed up, put it way outside, 3 balls, 1 strike. Oh, and see how he hit it? I just caught it and tagged him out. Same thing. If I lead him out to the outside, he'll almost always hit in that direction. Oh, he got a single on me there. No problem. And he just runs right into me. 3 out, and now I'm up. Now I'll get the run, but they'll get the guy going to second every time. I'm just not hitting the joystick in any particular direction. Oh, see, but look at that. See, he didn't catch the ball till after he got by third base. I didn't hit to stop, so they both ran into outs. That sucked. And there, that's how hard it is. 3 out. I can't get a run. Try one more time. Whoa! That was almost a home run, but I caught it. 1, 2. There's a double play for me. And 1 strike. 2 strikes. Ball. Ball. Strike 3. That's it. Okay, one more bat like this. There's a strike. I can't hit it. He'll let this guy go. He won't even try. But if I hit it there again, they'll just run over and tag the guy out going to second for 1 out. That would have been a home run, but he caught it. I don't know that I've ever hit a home run in this version of the game. There you can see how difficult it is. Okay, I'm going to change it up to the 2-player game. No, not the 2-player game, but the 2 defensive player game. Sorry. And here we go. Very similar strategy this way, except it's a little bit easier because you have 2 people to catch the ball. 1 out, 2 out, and 3 out, just like that. So now I'm up, and we'll see if I can get any hits. pretty much the same thing. It's going to hit it. It's going to stay there by first base, or by second base, and just get the out one at a time. See, I just can't even, they're so fast, you can't do a thing with it. I haven't even had a sniff, not even close to a run in the first race. So now I'm going to go on to the 3 defensive player game. We'll play a couple innings here. And again, same thing. Oh, also I just noticed there, if I run over first base when a force play is on, it puts him out as well. So it's not just tagging, but still there's no throwing when you're on defense. Oh, I let it by me. But it doesn't mean anything because it just went off the screen. And it wasn't over the middle, so it wasn't a home run. So now we'll see if I can get a double play. 1 out, 2 out, just like that. Piece of cake. And let's see what I can do at bat against the 3 players. I don't think very much. See, it's the exact same. Foul. Would have been right over the middle, but they just caught him. I'm going to move to the 3-player split defensive formation, and we'll see how this goes. So again, I'm pitching. I'll just use the same strategy as the first 2. He hits the ball over towards first. Oh, a little bit harder to catch, but there we go. There's 3, just like that, double play. Now I'm up. See what happens. Goes right through him. Oh, there's an out. Oh, I hit my button to make them stop that time. Look at that. Bases are loaded. I didn't even have any runners last time, but just by getting the bases loaded, I got a run in. I got 3 out, but I got a run anyway. Oh, that was bad play. Oh, what's going on? Double. I gave up a double. 1 out. 3 out, double play, just like that. There you go. He's going to get the first one on. Now I got to try to hit it away from the center. Seems sort of hard to hit up the middle. I have hit home runs, don't get me wrong, but it's very difficult. Let's see what I can do. Oh. Well, they were going to get a double this time. He never did get the ball. Oh, wow. And 3 out. But I got 3 runs. Just so different. Three strikes. He's out. 1 last time at bat. And there's the home run. Right down the middle. He hit it hard. I can hit home runs once in a while against this guy. First home run of this game. And look, just like that. There's another single. I can hit that hole every time. It'll get on every time. Right there. That's where you want to hit it. Not there, because that guy catches it and gets the guy going to second every time. Oh, first and second. 1 out, 1 out. That's not going to be a hit. Bases loaded. And it's a grand slam home run. So, what a difference. Grand slam, just like that. Anyway, that's enough of that. What a difference in these games. The first 3 versions are so difficult to play against the computer, and then the last one is frankly very easy. I'm not even looking. I'm still getting hits. Anyway, that's all I'm going to play for now. Let's go back and finish up. Home Run certainly is an historic game on the Atari VCS. I'm sure that at the time, the late 70s, it filled a niche for the people who wanted to experience and play baseball on the Atari, but it certainly does highlight the limitations of the Atari VCS system. The game is worth trying due to its historical significance, but it's not going to hold your attention very long. Still, it is playable, and even though it doesn't appear very good, you can still tell by looking at it that it's definitely baseball. So, at the end of the day, I'm going to give it a fair rating. Okay guys, that's it for today's review of Home Run on the Atari VCS. Thanks for spending some time with me today, so don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to check out Console Purist on Facebook. It's a great site for anybody who loves console gaming, whether it's historic retro gaming like the Atari, or modern gaming like the Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. Anyway, that's it for today. We'll see you next time, guys.
Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. If you haven't grown up by the age of 50, you don't have to.
You're watching Papa Pete, the old guy gamer.
What?